Hello all and welcome to another installment of the Pug's Thoughts in the Doghouse. I'm Pug and here's what I'm thinking. First off, be sure to check out my MLB TTC videos if you haven't already. I've had a lot of fun making those and they should be entertaining with the Crow videos that I've made. So anyway, also it hurts me to say that Mike Riley, former Central Washington University quarterback, was cut by the Seattle Seahawks, along with backup quarterback Mike Teal. Well, so much for that. I'm disappointed for Riley, and I hope he gets an opportunity to play someplace else. And when he does, I hope he drills the Pittsburgh Steelers, St. Louis Rams, and Green Bay Packers. And if he competes against the Seahawks, I'll feel bad about the Seahawks if they lose, but I'll feel really happy for Riley. And I'll say Seattle, we should have taken him and given him a chance. Well, at least Courtney Smith has not been cut by the Baltimore Ravens, wearing the big 35 this year. So he's still got a job. This week I will be talking about the Seattle Storm. That's right. I am a huge women's basketball fan. I like it more than the NBA, and the reason why is because I like watching fundamentals. I don't necessarily like watching a dunk fest. I get bored with that very easily. And frankly, I don't like how the NBA, what's happened to the NBA ever since the Sonics left. I don't like the fact that it's the Kobe, LeBron, Boston Celtics, LA Lakers league. But I won't get into that. I've been a fan of the Seattle Storm since 2004. I've been fortunate enough to meet the 2004 WNBA Finals MVP Betty Lennox when she played for the Atlanta Dream. And that was fun to see her. The one thing I don't like about the WNBA, though, is it's really hanging by a thread. I mean, it's small, which is a good thing, but the whole theory of, if you play and you win, you'll stick around for a while, and if you lose, you fold, has gone out the window. And because this past offseason, the league has seen two teams move or fold, and they were the WNBA, the two-time WNBA champion, Detroit Shock. They moved to Tulsa, and are now in the Western Conference. And the Sacramento Monarchs have folded, which is also unfortunate because they used to be a dominating force in the league. Television ratings were up though. They were up 2% last year, so the league is breaking even, but it definitely gives you an uneasy feeling when the league gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think that's one of the reasons why I get so excited about the WNBA and the Seattle Storm every year, because I always keep thinking, will they be around next year? Will the league be around next year? I'm pretty sure Seattle will stay around if the league continues, but there's always that sense that we have to win this year or else we're not going to get the opportunity because the league's going to fold. So okay, let's enough about the league. Let's talk about the Seattle Storm. Yes, there are no ifs and buts about it. The Seattle Storm will go to the playoffs this year. I predict them to get the third or second seed in the Western Conference. They got a great returning cast. As far as winning a championship, though, that's still up for grabs. This team struggles on the road. That's been a problem for the Storm. For many years, they're such a dominating team at home, and when they travel on the road, they're a completely different team. I mean, so this team needs to have a high seed going into the playoffs, so that way they have the home court advantage and they don't have to travel back and forth during a postseason series. But even a high seed might not help the Storm. This team hasn't won a postseason round since they defeated the Connecticut Sun in the 2004 WNBA Finals. Ever since then, they have lost 5 straight first-round playoff series, and it's because of this why I think Seattle is overdue for a championship. I remember a couple years ago they had an all-star lineup. It was unbelievable. They had Cheryl Swoops, Yolanda Griffith, Swim Cash, Lauren Jackson, and Sue Bird. That was just your starting lineup. And yes, Cheryl Swoop wasn't necessarily the greatest that year, but her presence and her leadership really helped that team, and they were ousted in the first round of the playoffs against the Los Angeles Sparks. But the other reason why this team hasn't won it all lately is because this team has proven that they cannot win without their all-star forward, Lauren Jackson. That's right, Lauren Jackson. I'm a huge fan of hers. All my friends, who are watching this right now, probably laughing right now, knows how much I like Lauren Jackson. There are other great players on the team, like Sue Bird, Swim Cash, and Camille Little. Camille Little actually was a steal when we traded for her from Atlanta. But the last few years, Jackson has gotten hurt near the end of the season, and that's really hurt the team. This team has failed to come through numerous times without Lauren Jackson. I mean, she is the Storm. Without Jackson, the Storm don't have that dominant post game, and the opponents have an easier time defending the team because they don't have to worry about the post game. They can just focus on the outside shooters like Sue Bird, Swim Cash. I'll even put in Ashley Robinson for that matter. She is more of a baseline player, but sometimes she can swim out. She can run out and hit a long range jumper. Jackson must stay healthy if this team wants a shot at the postseason and a championship this year. I mean, she is the Storm. Until the Storm can win without Lauren Jackson, they find her replacement, because I know she's getting old, but she is the key to the Storm. Going to the playoffs and being victorious throughout the year. Right now, Seattle is 2-0. They have a date with the Phoenix Mercury tomorrow on the road for the first test away from Key Arena. Hopefully things will work out, and as long as Jackson stays healthy, this team will definitely go to the playoffs. A lot will have to happen if Seattle gets anything lower than the third seed in the Western Conference. I mean, I could break down other teams in the WNBA. I could talk about the Phoenix Mercury, the defending champs. I can talk about how the Minnesota Lynx, they're gonna probably be the surprising team, might be the surprising team this year. But overall, the Seattle Storm, they have experience. They have a good core group of players, and they're hungry as usual. And this team usually has a great regular season and a very poor postseason, and they need to keep Lauren Jackson healthy if they want a shot. So I'm already thinking playoffs. I am very confident we'll make it, and that will do it for this week. That will do it for this week on the Pugs Thoughts in the Doghouse. Be sure to check out my MLB TTC videos, and also keep it tuned here on this channel for another installment next week on the Pugs Thoughts in the Doghouse.